I heard recently that Little Miss Muffet, when she sat on a tuffet, was actually just eating curds by themselves. No way! I'm not completely sure on how to approach the subject, but the holidays are fast approaching. We have to discuss Elf on the Shelf. A new Christmas tradition that's making the rounds? At least in the department store that I work at, in which I get requests for the thing 20 times a day. I did some research. Physical product aside, the best thing about Elf on the Shelf, by far, is people trying to concede on what subject-verb agreement to use for the thing. It's beautiful. Hey, do you guys carry elves on the shelf? I mean, I just want one elf on my shelf. I mean, they're not really on the shelf until you buy them and put them there. Do you carry them, though? Do y'all have any more of them elf on the shelves? Well, I mean, I guess plural shelves. It have a V instead of an F. And an elf can only exist on one shelf at a time. It's not a piece of quantum. But I guess you could chop one in half and put the torso on one and the bottom half on another shelf. Don't know why I use the word chop there. Interesting verb. Are there any in stock, though? The basic lore around this creature is that it's an elf that hangs around in your pad from Thanksgiving to Christmas Eve with the essential function to rat on you if you've been a bad girl or boy. Relatively simple holiday tradition, it would seem. It's a thing with a function that operates around the Christmas season. But of course, there's only one problem. If you consider all the lore around Santa Claus not knowing what kids are up to was never a problem before. The majority of modern characteristics around Santa Claus came from a poem written in 1823 called A Visit from St. Nicholas, known today as The Night Before Christmas. Elf on the Shelf started in 2005. There's a big gap there. What I'm saying is, YouTube and Elf on the Shelf went to grade school together. In order to dispel the elves, we have to find out how Santa knows who is naughty and nice. I found some answers and a video on SantaAnswers.com. This, ladies and gentlemen, is as legitimate as it's going to get. Because who cares if all the questions are in size 14 Comic Sans? And who cares if the site is probably hosted on GeoCities? Let's just watch the video.
How do you know who is naughty and nice? I'm always checking up to see if you're behaving. I like to see you being nice to your friends.
So how does he know? He checks. How does he check? How do you check, Red Man? So I found my way to Wiki Answers, the hub of all truth in the world. It gave me a one-paragraph, concise answer, despite it being split up into 3 slides like BuzzFeed Top 14 Best Plastic. So how does Santa know if you've been naughty or nice? He has a big television which switches channel whenever someone does something naughty or nice. Using this, he can turn it into a list which he carries with him on his sleigh. Does that answer your question? Well, absolutely it answers my question. The cannon has been fired. If it's anything that's going to confirm a 200-year-old tradition, it's going to be Fred Claus. But I guess it's just a fun way to get your kids to behave and they'll believe anything anyway. Unfortunately, if I dig myself any deeper, I'm not going to be able to climb out of this merry hole. Oh, holy night, am I right? I'm not. I'm incorrect. Happy holidays.